Mary Lou Retton, once celebrated as America's sweetheart and a symbol of Olympic triumph, now finds herself facing a very different public spotlight. Earlier this month, the 1984 Olympic all-around gold medalist was arrested in Marion County, West Virginia, on a charge of driving under the influence. The arrest took place on May 17, and according to court records, Retton was released shortly after posting a $1,500 bond. This recent event marks a dramatic turn in the life of the former gymnast, who not long ago captured national attention for a very different reason: her life-threatening battle with a rare form of pneumonia. It was just last year that her daughter, McKenna Kelly, made a heartfelt plea on social media, revealing that her mother was fighting for her life, uninsured and in need of financial help. That post sparked an overwhelming wave of support and donations, with more than $450,000 raised by well-wishers across the country. The generosity of the public, however, also led to skepticism and unanswered questions. How could an Olympic champion, once at the pinnacle of her sport, find herself without medical insurance? What were the specific details of her illness, and how exactly were the donations being used? The mystery surrounding her condition and the fundraising campaign led to a flurry of online discussions and speculations. Seeking to clear the air, Retton agreed to a rare interview with NBC's Today Show in January 2024. She appeared on-screen with an oxygen tube, her face thinner but determined. She recounted the terrifying moments during her hospitalization, the weeks she spent fighting pneumonia and the night when doctors nearly put her on life support. Her voice was frail, but her message was strong. She had survived what she described as the most frightening experience of her life. Her daughter later explained to USA Today Sports that Retton's medical history made securing affordable health care nearly impossible. With a record of over 30 orthopedic surgeries and 4 hip replacements, Retton was considered a high-risk individual. The system had failed her, many argued, leaving a national icon without access to the care she desperately needed. The public outpouring of financial support undoubtedly helped ease her burdens during that dark time, but it also brought intense scrutiny. Skeptics questioned the logistics of her insurance status, speculated about her finances, and wondered why she hadn't addressed the situation sooner. But in that January interview, Retton said she eventually did obtain medical insurance, though she didn't go into detail about how or through what provider. For decades, Mary Lou Retton had represented resilience, strength, and American pride. Her perfect 10 on the vault in the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics remains one of the most iconic moments in sports history. She became the first American woman to win the all-around title, an achievement that catapulted her into the national spotlight. She graced Wheaties boxes, inspired generations of young gymnasts, and built a career as a motivational speaker. But behind the applause and endorsements, Retton's life wasn't immune to struggle. The years following her Olympic glory were filled with physical challenges. The toll gymnastics took on her body became more evident as time passed. Those surgeries she quietly endured, on her knees, her shoulders, her hips, were the lingering cost of her pursuit of greatness. Even as she smiled in public, she was often dealing with intense physical pain. The DUI charge, though serious, is another chapter in a complex story. It's a reminder that fame doesn't shield anyone from personal battles or bad decisions. The court proceedings will play out in time, and whether this was a one-time lapse in judgment or part of a larger issue remains to be seen. In some ways, Mary Lou Retton's recent years have mirrored those of many aging athletes, once celebrated, now struggling with health, finances, and a sense of identity beyond the sport. But hers is a more visible journey. Every triumph and every stumble is observed under a national microscope. For those who idolized her in 1984, this version of Retton may be hard to reconcile with the wide-eyed teenager who defied gravity on the balance beam. Yet, perhaps this moment, this humbling, human moment, offers something else: perspective. Even heroes are vulnerable. Even champions fall. As she now faces legal consequences and continues to recover from her health scare, Retton's future remains uncertain. Will she speak publicly again? Will she address the DUI and provide clarity to her supporters? And will she continue to use her platform, not just to celebrate her past, but to illuminate the difficulties athletes face after the cheers fade? No matter what comes next, Mary Lou Retton's legacy is no longer just about medals. It's about survival, endurance, and the often painful truth that life after the spotlight is rarely simple. She has experienced both the glory of Olympic gold and the grit of human frailty. And in that contrast, her story becomes not just compelling, but real.